Soccer knows that because Fly didn't went to defend his expo, to defend his expand, and Fly knows that because Soccer is building expands around the map, which you, as an elf, you really shouldn't build much expands versus orc, unless you think you can pull it off, unless you think you can finish it, unless you've got a sufficient early game advantage to do so, and you're not confident enough in your ability to be able to finish the game off. But usually you should only build an expansion when your opponent does so. Otherwise you should not. And now they both know they're going for a base race. And Soccer doesn't have Nature's Blessing research yet, which I think is a must when you know your opponent is going for the base race. Now we're going to see the double TPs, and Soccer did a great job at taking out some peons while attacking that main. That's one thing you should do, because when you take out peons, your opponent isn't able to hide his building somewhere. Here we go, artistic yawn. More like an opera yawn. But Soccer's building a tree of life. At the top, he knows that Fly will be incoming right there, and he's doing a really good job at walking around Fly. He knows what Fly is going to do right now. And he's moving his wisp so he can place buildings all over the map, but unlucky for him, he gets scouted. And as you can see right now is that this is really well played, a really nice play by Soccer. He knew that Fly is most likely building an expo, and he's just sending a single bear over there. Probably did that just to scout, but and he can just finish it off with one bear. That's really nice play there by Soccer. But Fly doesn't have a TP, and that's sad, because I think if Fly killed the main right now and he TP'd back, he would have won, but he didn't buy a TP. He should have sold an item, if you ask me, just to get a TP to be able to defend his main, because his army was sufficiently larger than Soccer's. Take a look at the food counts. Soccer's got 45, while Fly's got 62. And Soccer's main priority right now is to take out that main, but he's focusing a lot on that burrow. But okay, now he's focused the main. So Soccer's building a tree of life at the top, and he is going to hide it once he knows that. Well, you will see him hide it pretty soon. Bam! Wisp goes down by the Blade Master. Soccer is taking down his burrows, which is really important, so that the orc won't be able to produce any peons or any other units once if he potentially has another main running or another mine running or something. And the Blade Master is doing a really good job at taking out some of Soccer's bears and wisps. And right now he's going to have to move back to defend his base, because there's not much left of it. And Soccer, if you take a look at the top right, Soccer is moving his tree of life. And that's one thing you should do, because on big maps like Turtle Rock, it's really hard for the orc to be able to find your buildings, even when you're at a unit disadvantage, even though it's basically a mission impossible situation to win the game. When you base race like this, the elf always got the edge, even though orc does more damage to buildings. Elf can hide his buildings much more efficiently than the orc can, and the elf can predict where the orc is going to move, even though the orc has windwalk. But if you can just simply maneuver your units around the army of the orc, then you'll be fine. And if you take a look at what Soccer's going to do now, he's going to buy an invisibility potion, which is a really great move, because the invisibility potion allows you to, of course, become invisible. But you can also use it use your Demon Hunter like a Blade Master. You can just move around his army and check it out. And that's also a really nice move there by Soccer, is that he's going by the Watcher Ward on purpose, because he will know where Fly's Blade Master will be, and if he scouted his army moving there. So let's take a look. The Demon Hunter is not going out of invisibility yet. He will do so in a short minute, because Soccer probably, he knows that Fly's on his tail, and that the rest of his army is probably incoming as well. But right now he's deciding to attack those two remaining buildings, because that's all he's got to do. He just got to take that. He just has to take out those two buildings. And let's take a look. He's going to use anti-magic shell, anti-magic potion. I don't know if that allows raiders not to ensnare, but Fly doesn't do that. He perhaps got blocked by his own units. And here Sakura is really well. He's moving his bears around really well. He's just choosing the safe path, avoiding the Watcher Ward, and trying to focus Fly's attention onto his heroes while running them around. Keeper's got boots of speed. The Demon Hunter's got boots of speed. He got dual boots of speed, so that's also great to be able to dodge the Orc army and the Endurance Aura. And we take a look at Fly's picked Endurance Aura level 2. Perhaps he should have picked Endurance Aura level 3 because that increases the movement speed and attack rate rather than Stomp, because that's pretty useless in this situation. But yeah, Sakura is just wreaking havoc on that Voodoo Lounge, and he's going to kill it right here, and that will be a good game. Even though Fly has a bigger army, Sakura was able to win because he used his brain, and Fly didn't. Perhaps he thought he had the game in the bag. He didn't need for TP, but that obviously cost him the game because well, Sakura took advantage of that really well. So things you got to do when you're trying to base race, you got to avoid your opponent. You got to be able to. You got to have some sense of where he's at, or an idea of where he's at, and you got to use the map and your map points well, like the Watcher Ward. Move around the Watcher Ward. If you know you're being followed, you should split up your units. You can, as Sakura did, move the Demon Hunter with the invisibility potion there when he's got a few buildings left, and you can attack it or get some extra damage in while his focus of attention is like, for example, your Keeper of the Grove at that moment. And you gotta hide your Tree of Life, and that are the most essential things you gotta do when you're trying to base race. But I think this game should have went to Fly. He killed a lot more earlier, but then again, Sakura did a great job taking advantage of Fly not having a TP. He knew Fly didn't have a TP, and therefore he just risked it all. A lot of people would have just quit, but I don't know. You should. It's always annoying when you face these guys who just won't quit. Like when they got like 1 or 2 towers left. An Archmage level 2 versus your level 5 Demon Hunter or whatever, level 5 Death Knight, whatever race you're playing, and they just won't leave simply because they think they got a bit of a chance. I think this was kind of the same situation because Sakura didn't really have a chance to win in the fair fight because Fly obviously had a lot of more food, better heroes. That would have been suicide for Sakura, so he knew that it was his best shot to base race. But I guess when you're playing in tournaments like WEM, you should always give it your best. You should not quit until it's totally over. So I guess I can understand Sakura in this one, and luckily for him, it did pay off to stay till the end. So guys, this is my first audio commentary in 4 weeks. I still got a sore ass from sitting on the frozen throne for the past 4 weeks, but I hope that will pass, and I wish you all a good day, night, whatever. We had this discussion before, and I hope you will leave a comment. Thank you.